Hello, this is the Jollof Football Bantaba YouTube channel. I am Chama, and today we're gonna have a combined 11 between Man United and Liverpool. As we know, there's a big kickoff this week. I think when it comes to English football, a fixture does not get bigger than Man United and Liverpool. Even though I know Man United are struggling right now, but still, this is the biggest fixture in the English football calendar. So today we're gonna have a Liverpool fan and a Man United fan trying to pick a combined 11, and they're gonna give their score prediction on how the game is going to pan out. Let me introduce my guests. I have Modou representing the Man United corner. Mo, how are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. And yourself?
I'm good, man. Yaba. And on the
It's good
Liverpool
to be
corner,
here online.
nice to have you. And on the United corner, or on the Liverpool corner rather, we have Val. Big Val, how are you?
Well, I'm good, man. I'm good, man. Good, man. Big Mo, long time, bro. You good?
Long time, I'm good, man.
Are
Yeah,
you
man. Ready to rumble?
are you
I'm
guys
honored to
ready?
be here. I'm honored to be here. Thank you for having me.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
Are you guys ready to debate your teams? Are you guys ready to go to work for your teams? Amo, I know you have not
We
been
are
Always,
the Red
happy.
always.
Devils. We are the Red Devils, man.
You are the Red Devils. Okay, then
We are the Red Devils.
let's get right into it. Um, Listeners, this is the Jollof Football Bantaba YouTube channel. If you are new around, please consider subscribing to our channel. And if you like the content that we produce, please like the show. And we're gonna get right into it. Like we say, we're gonna start with the combined 11. Firstly, I'm gonna talk about the formation. As we know, United play 4-3-3, but they play with double pivot, of course, most of the time. Liverpool play 4-3-3 as well, but they play with the single pivot. So 4-3-3 seems to be the ideal formation for this combined 11. Of course, we have some similarities in the team. So I'm just gonna get into that. In defense, let's say um, Van Dijk is a common fixture, so Van Dijk is gonna go right into it. I think we all agree that Van Dijk is one of the best defenders in the world. So he's gonna go right into it. And in right back, they also agree that Trent is gonna take that spot. Um, Defensive midfield, I think Fabinho for both of you. So yeah, let's have Fabinho in. And forward, we have Salah. I think that one too is an obvious pick. So it seems to be everything is going Liverpool way as it stands. And in midfield, we have two midfielders in, I think, Val went with Henderson. So Bruno, I think Bruno was a common pick, right? Val, you have Bruno in
Yeah,
your team.
yeah,
So let's have
yeah.
Bruno in. And left back is debatable. Mo went with a different option, and you went with a different option. So I'm gonna leave those ones open. I think these were the common player picks that you have in your teams. So we're gonna start with the goalkeeper. Mo, you prefer De Gea,
Yes.
of course. So can you take us through that?
Well, obviously, I prefer David De Gea, not only because he is, I mean, not only because he is the best or one of the best goalkeepers in world football at the moment, but his current form is unmatched. I mean, the guy has been saving Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's job for the past weeks. How many saves? Match saving, moments in matches.
So do you think he is
The last Premier League game,
yeah.
even though he conceded 4 goals, but he was practically man of the match for that game against Leicester
Yeah,
because of the amount of saves he did.
definitely.
So for me, David De Gea goes straight into any team.
Okay. So are you saying that he's a better keeper than Alisson? Val went with Alisson.
Definitely, of course, he is a top class goalkeeper. His form is unmatched. There is no goalkeeper on earth right now who's in his position.
Oh really? I agree that he's been Manchester United best player, but I'm not sure about the him being better than Alisson. Val, do you have anything to say on that?
Honestly, yeah, okay. Well, we all know David De Gea. We all know David De Gea. Honestly, there's nobody who can say they don't know David De Gea. Over the years, David De, I think for the past 6 years, he's been winning United's Player of the Season. I think, if I stand to be corrected. More, am I right? I think so. But then, to be
Before
honest with
last
you,
season, but the past, 4 seasons.
yes. So
That's
now we
it.
come, but then now this was without Alisson coming to the Premier League. I think this should be Alisson's third season now in the Premier League, and his third season, the guy has been consistent.
This is his fourth season.
Consistent. Fourth season. Sorry.
Yeah.
He's been consistent, very very consistent. And then the thing is, it's a tough one. David De Gea it's a world class goalkeeper. The reason why he's been off, honestly, I think it's only down to lack of confidence. Maybe confidence was an issue. That was why he was losing form, and and he lost his place to Dean Henderson. But he is okay. But honestly, when it comes to Alisson, like Alisson possesses that leadership quality in the back. Like you can feel his presence in the back. And in terms of Alisson, his distribution as well. I think his distribution is way better than David De Gea's. Maybe De Gea maybe he might have better reflexes, but all around in terms of distribution, making certain saves, because Alisson can make saves, he makes saves look so easy. Like the guy can, and all about, he knows how to position himself. His awareness in terms of positioning, it's next to none. So based on those, it was a tough one. It was a tough one, but I must go with my own Alisson.
Yeah, I think I agree with Mo that De Gea is one of the best keepers. And he has been Man United savior for the past few seasons. But like you alluded, Val, for the past 4 seasons since Alisson came into the league, he has been consistent always, except for last season. Of course, I will have to say that last season he had a very dodgy season, but of course that was compounded by Liverpool's defensive problems. But again, if I look at De Gea last season, he lost his place to Dean Henderson. So it is difficult to argue for David De Gea as the better goalkeeper. Mo, anything to add to that?
Can I? Yes, of course. Because if you look at last season, like you said something about Alisson losing form last season.
Yeah.
I think it goes down to just one thing, and David De Gea suffered from that the previous season, before last season even, and that is a good defense in front of them. I mean, last season we were playing Magalov. We know that Maguire and Lindelof are both very slow defenders. They are slow, and for some reason, Lindelof always gets bullied at the back. So that has affected him. And let's not forget, it's not like David De Gea had a bad season last season. He had a good season. It's just that the media and Ole were trying to just put Dean Henderson as the number one, in my opinion, and which I totally disagree with. I mean, come on. This guy just had a good season loan at, what team is it again in the Premier League?
Sheffield
United. This is Manchester United we're talking about. David De Gea in that team, before Cristiano Ronaldo came back, was the only player who won a Premier League in that team.
Yeah, that is true.
So to me, he should even be the captain of Manchester United, because he is more experienced than any player we have there, apart from before Cristiano Ronaldo and Rafael Varane came back to the team. He was like the top winner in that team. He was the only player who won a Premier League.
Okay. I think this debate is gonna be very long when it comes to goalkeeping. When it comes to goalkeeping. But I think it's difficult to argue because of De Gea lost his place. And I can tell you from some United corners that they preferred Dean Henderson as their goalkeeper. Going into this season, Dean Henderson would have been the first choice if not for his COVID situation. But I will leave that gap. I will leave that space open still, and then we can move on to defense and talk about defense a little bit.
Can I say something before we move on, please? Just for some seconds. If Dean Henderson was the number, and that was the plan for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, to make Dean Henderson number one this season. And if Dean Henderson was Manchester United's number one goalkeeper this season, I think we would have been in a worse position than we are in right now. The saves that David did this season, Dean Henderson
You think
wouldn't
so?
have been able to pick it up. And I think that some of these Manchester United fans, they just see Dean Henderson as a new toy that they just want to play with. Like
Okay,
a
let's.
kid with,
Okay, I get your point. I get your point. I will leave that gap. I will leave the goalkeeping open still, and then maybe after we can compromise and see how we end up with our 11. So we can move into defense. Left back, Val, Robertson, Mo, Luke Shaw. Yeah, like last season, Luke Shaw had his best season in the of I think since he came to Man United. So
Yeah.
it is fair. Maybe at the start of the season, it will have been a very huge debate. But yeah, Mo, let me give you the floor first. What will you say? Why do you prefer Luke Shaw to Robertson? Why do you think he's the better pick?
well, I've always been a big fan of Luke Shaw for the first to start with. And ever since he came to Manchester United, I've seen some fans call him fat, he's slow, he's not good enough, he's this and that. But to me, I think he's sat all haters down. Because for me, I've always believed in him. He's very good going forward, and he's very good defensively. Don't get me wrong. Robertson is very good going forward, but I just prefer Luke Shaw because he is good going forward and is also good defensively. So for me, he's just a complete full left back.
Okay, Val.
And he's consistent.
Okay, Val.
Well, okay. Yes, we all know last season Luke Shaw was by far the best left back. He was very consistent last season. You know, when it comes to Robertson, one thing you have to understand: this is a guy who's naturally fit. Robertson hardly goes injured. You know, so in terms of fitness, Robertson is much fitter than Luke Shaw.
Yeah, he's more robust.
I think last season Robo had his worst season by his standards.
Yeah.
He didn't have a bad season, but by his standards, he had a bad season.
Yeah.
And then, you know, to be honest with you, yes, Luke Shaw had a good, but then if you look at the stats, the number of assists that Luke Shaw had from that part alone, compared to what his best season was like, is his overall assists over a period of 4 years or so is matched to like Robertson's one season. And honestly, the energy, the agility that Robertson brings into this team and the leadership that he brings. Because remember, he's the captain of Scotland as well, so he has that leadership quality. So when it comes to Robertson, there's no contest to that one.
Okay, so now I think there's another like deadlock here. So we have two spots that is deadlock. So Mo, I will give you this one. You have one option to choose: De Gea or Luke Shaw, and then I will give Val the other position. Choose one.
That's a tough call.
Yeah, because we have to compromise.
I mean, before I make my decision, Val was talking about leadership. I think Luke Shaw is one of the leaders in Manchester United right now. I mean, he is a leader. He's been there for some years now. He's grown more, you know. He's played a lot more football in Manchester United. But anyway, I think Robertson is very good also. So I think I'll probably go with De Gea because the goalkeeper is very important. And I think David De Gea can save you matches. He can save you games.
Okay, I get it. So Val, we're gonna give him De Gea in goal, and then Robertson at left back. Okay, that's the deal.
To be fair, it's not bad. It's not bad. To be fair, it's not bad.
Alrighty. Yeah. Now we're gonna move into the other center back who's gonna partner Van Dijk. Mo, you went with Varane, and Val, you went with Matip. I will give Val the floor first. Okay, go Val.
Okay, in terms of Joel Matip, he's Premier League proven. He knows the pace of the game. He knows what is required. He knows the expectations of the fans, English fans for that matter. I know Spanish fans, yes, but English fans for that matter. And you know, like he's been in the league for a long time, and this season he's been very consistent. Although people talk about Van Dijk and everything, but personally, Matip has been our best center back, our best defender this season. Even last season, despite the injuries and all, he was our best defender.
I agree.
He was our best defender. Varane, I have no issue with Varane, but my only issue why I didn't take Varane is because he's new in the Premier League. Maybe if we give him time to settle down, fine. But as of now, Matip.
Okay, Mo, Varane, why? We're gonna go fast.
Val is talking about coming to the Premier League, giving him time to adjust and here and there. He's talking as if he forgot the caliber of defender we are talking about here. I mean, this is not a defender who came from the Championship or Spanish Liga, one of the middle club teams, and came to the Premier League and needs adaptation. This is Rafael Varane we are talking about.
Yeah.
3 times Champions League winner in a row. There's not much players in this world that did that. He is a top class defender. One of the top 3 defenders in this world at the moment.
Yeah, but
so he goes in.
Team. Yeah, for this one I will give it to Val. For this one I will give it to Val for the mere fact that Matip has been playing. He's available for the game for this weekend's game, and Varane is not available. So we try to keep the team to players who will be available. So let's give that one to Val. That is Matip, and I agree with him. But Matip has been the best defender in Liverpool right now. He's even better than Van Dijk. He's performing better than Van Dijk. And if you are just focusing on that, I think Matip should go into the team. So let's give it to Matip, and then we're gonna move fast. We're gonna keep it short. And next we're gonna go into the midfield. We have Fabinho, Fernandes, and the Val, you went with Henderson. Mo, you went with Pogba, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so give me why you went with Pogba. And then...
I mean, come on. It's Paul Pogba. He has been inconsistent at Manchester United, but I do not blame Pogba 100% for being inconsistent at Manchester United.
Yeah.
Like, Manchester United do not know how to use Paul Pogba. It's a fact.
Yeah.
He's not the only player suffering from this. The Bruno Fernandes, the Sancho, the Van der Beek, the Amad Diallo. Manchester United have a coaching setup that do not know how to use talented players. What they want is energy, desire, and trust. How the manager describes it. Which to me, those 3 comes as a basic requirement. So look at Pogba when he's playing for France. He plays with a holding midfielder who allows him to go forward.
I agree.
He even did an interview in the international break where he said when he was in Juventus, his responsibility was to attack. And when he's playing for France, his responsibility is also to attack. But in Manchester United, he can attack, but most of the responsibility is defending. You know that Paul Pogba cannot defend.
Okay,
he
nice.
Can fight back, but he's not a defender.
Exactly. Okay, let's move to Val Henderson. Why Henderson?
Okay, first and foremost, Henderson, the reason is also one of the leadership quality he brings in that midfield, the stability he brings into that midfield. Also, you know, when you have Trent Alexander, we know the issue with Trent Alexander-Arnold. He likes to keep overlapping. Now, let's say, for instance, if he decides to overlap, would you see Pogba or Bruno Fernandes, any one of them, going back to try and cover up the spaces? No, that one is not. We all know that they're not defenders, yes, but at least you would expect them at least to cover up because it's a team effort.
Okay.
So for that issue of that, Henderson can both attack and defend at the same time and add that extra security in midfield and control in midfield. That's why I put it there.
Okay, for this one, I'm gonna give it to Mo, because I think he make one good point. Pogba, if he's playing in the right midfield, if he's playing in the right team, he's one of the best players in the world. That is true. I agree with him on that. But at United, they don't know exactly how to use him. When he goes to France, he's one of the best players. In the Euros, he was in top form. Of course, France get eliminated in the second round, something like that. But he was one of the best players. When he's on song, he's very difficult to stop. And Henderson this season, he has not been great. Last season, neither. The Euros, he did not have a huge impact. I think the last time Henderson had a proper season was when Liverpool won the league. So Pogba started the season flying. He's at the top when it comes to assist chart. He has 7 assists so far this season. No player has more than him. So I gotta give it to Pogba. Pogba is in the team.
He's a leader.
Yeah.
But sorry. But
he's also a leader. He's also a leader. Look at Pogba in France. Look at him even in Manchester United. He's a leader. He's an all-round complete midfielder.
But then,
all right. No, that one we close. Okay, we close that one. It's Pogba's position. It's Pogba's position to take.
Wait.
But we don't have.
One issue. It's a quick one. It's a quick one.
But we don't have time.
Since he got that, but
I have
7
time.
assists was in game 2. But then
Yeah,
since
but
then, there's been no assists.
yeah, but we're gonna move. We're gonna move, and we're gonna move into the forward positions. I think we agreed on Mane, did we? Mane. Omo, did you choose only Salah?
No, I chose Rashford.
Okay, Rashford. Why Rashford? I'm gonna give you a quick 1 minute, not more than that. Go.
I mean, I chose Rashford number 1 because a fully fit Marcus Rashford is a very dangerous attacking player. I mean, his pace is something else, and he can dribble. And I think Sadio Mane is a very top-class player, but I think having Marcus Rashford is a big advantage because of his pace and the way he dribbles, and he can score any moment.
Okay.
That's why I chose him.
Val, why Mane?
A confident Sadio Mane is unplayable, plain and simple. Period. That one. There's no question about it. A confident Sadio Mane when he's there. Nah, man.
Okay,
no question.
This one I'm gonna give it to Val. Mane, I think he's on he's above Rashford. Rashford has been injured all season. He only played 1 game so far this season. Mane is doing it. He already had 5 goals this season, 100 goals in the Premier League. I don't know if Rashford will even ever achieve that feat, but there is still time for him. So yeah, this is gonna be Mane. Yeah, it's gonna be Mane. So let's get that one in, Mane. And finally, we're gonna move into the striking position. Where is Mane? He's right here. Okay, now 1 more position to go. That is the striking position. Val, you went with Firmino, and Mo, you went with Ronaldo. Val, you have the floor first. Quick one.
Okay, you know the issue. Okay, my issue with Ronaldo is that the thing is Ronaldo doesn't add that much to the team besides just scoring. In terms of like the gameplay, his contribution towards the game, his all-round gameplay is just. It's not maybe because of age or whatsoever, but it's not the same as the. No.
Why Firmino?
Bobby, our defensive striker. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care. This guy would link the two. He's an unselfish player. This guy would kill himself for the team. He will track back. He will create. He will open up the space. He will move defenders left, right, and center. Bobby, all the way.
Okay, Mo, why Ronaldo?
I just think he's the best player. He's one of the best players, top 2. Obviously, with Lionel Messi on this earth, he's incomparable to any Firmino or any other striker. So for me, the guy can score you goals any minute, any second. That's not comparable to Firmino. Cristiano Ronaldo can score and create for you any second. He's the best player in the world.
Yeah, I agree with you. He's one of the best players in the world, top 2 players in the world, and he has been doing it for way, way too long. And Bobby has been injured this season. And I think, like Klopp said one time, the only 2 players that you can carry in a team are Ronaldo and Messi. You can, like, the other players can do the job and they will give you the goals because of the quality they have. And for that reason, Ronaldo has to be in that team. Yeah, I agree with Mo. So we're going to give that one to Ronaldo. And this is our final team. We have 4 United in and 7 Liverpool players, which is fair enough. Do you agree, guys?
Yes. That means we win.
I don't agree enough, but anyway, if we are looking at injuries or he didn't start this season, maybe. But for me, Varane goes straight into that team.
All right. Okay. Now we're gonna go into the predictions. Mo, you predicted 2-2 in this game. Why did you go 2-2? Quick one.
I just think Ole is gonna approach this game in a pragmatic way. He's gonna try to sit back and hit on a break. And Liverpool are gonna score goals. Minimum, they'll score 2. And I'm sure if they score those two goals in the first half, I think Liverpool should be very careful, even though their defense is very good. Because Manchester United, on the attack, we saw what they did in the Champions League.
Okay.
I think Liverpool will attack more, and the back, they leave space at the back. And if Manchester United exploit that space, I think they can create chances and they'll score goals there.
Val, 3-0. So tell me about it.
2 reasons. Mo Salah, and also second reason is because our past 7 away games this season, we've scored at least 3 goals or more this season. And also judging our last Champions League against Atletico, one of the most toughest defensive teams to play against, and to come up with 3 goals against them, I think it's a moral booster for us. considering United's defense, which is leaking in so many goals. So I can see us scoring more, even more than 3 goals.
I think three is a very I wouldn't say unrealistic because Liverpool have scored three or more goals in their last 9 away games or something. But I think going into Old Trafford, 3 might be yeah. Last season Liverpool scored 4 there, and I think they score. But I think it's just a lot of goals, and I will not expect that. But guys, yeah, there you have it. I think we have a very nice debate. Let me just run down the team again. We have De Gea, Trent, Matip, Van Dijk, Robertson. Back 4, it was Liverpool swipe. And then Liverpool sweep the back 4, goalkeeper, De Gea. And in the middle, we have Pogba, Fernandes, and Fabinho, which is a very, very solid midfield, in my opinion. I think in terms of quality of players, in terms of caliber of players, you cannot get any better midfield when you look at these 2 teams. And up top, you have Salah on the right, rather, Mane on the left, and Ronaldo being their central striker. This team will win you the league, man. If you combine these 2 teams, I think we're going to win the league. We're going to work with the league. Man City is not even going to be a problem. Any last words, guys? Yeah.
You forgot one more thing.
Yeah, what's that?
I forgot one.
We didn't select the manager for this team.
Yeah, the manager.
I will manage this team. All right, and I'm gonna win. We don't even need to disturb club. We don't even need to disturb club. We can allow him to go.
We can give it to Carrick. We can give it to Carrick.
I'll do a better job. Yes.
Okay, guys. Yeah, the game is on Sunday, and I'm looking forward to the game. I'm very excited for the game. Usually when we play United, or usually when Liverpool play United, I'm not a Liverpool fan today. I try my best to not be a Liverpool fan in this forum. Was I fair with the with the moderating move?
No, you were not. Like I said, the defense and even the attack still, I think Rashford gets into this team. A fully fit Marcus Rashford gets into this team.
Okay. Then let's leave it to the comment section. If anybody disagree with what we have here, you can leave your comment down in the comment section. More things I'm not fair, but I try my best to put in as many United players as I could. Because if
I agree with Mo. I agree with Mo. You're not fair. This should be all Liverpool.
They should be all Liverpool. So what you're trying to say is some of these Manchester United players don't walk into any team. Talk less of Liverpool.
No. We should bring Harvey Elliott in place of Bruno Fernandes.
But yeah, in terms of quality, I think you cannot get better than this. When it comes to maybe the only questionable position for me is Matip in terms of quality, because Varane is a top quality defender, but because of his his unavailability, and like Val said, he's new to the league. But in terms of caliber of defense, I don't think you can compare Varane to Matip. Varane has achieved way more than Matip, even more than Van Dijk. So yeah, he deserves to be there. So I feel sorry for not having him, but because of his unavailability, we have to go with this. And in goal, I think De Gea has achieved a lot, has done a lot, but yeah, it's very close. And I don't want to say, but I think Alisson should be there. But at least I give it to De Gea there. And yeah. And Robertson and Shaw too. Robertson and Shaw is debatable too. Mo, I did my best to get United players in, even though I'm a Liverpool fan. I did my best.
Even the right back, I just didn't want to make this a debate and a long debate show. But even the right back, I think Wan-Bissaka is a better defender than Alexander. Alexander is a beast going forward, but I think defensively, Wan-Bissaka is better. But if you have a good 2 defenders in Varane and Van Dijk, or Van Dijk and Matip, you don't need a right back that's very defensive. He can attack. I mean, the best way of defending is attacking. You know?
Exactly, but the point here is to pick the best team that we will go to war with, and I think you cannot because yeah, if just like you say, if you have Van Dijk and if you have a very good defense, you don't need a very solid defensive fullbacks. Likewise, if you have a very good defensive midfielder, maybe you are okay to have Pogba. If we had like a McFred or somebody, you will not want to have Pogba in that team, right? But guys, I think we have exhausted our time. But I think we're gonna leave it to this. And if anybody disagree, they can always put their comments in the comment section. Do you have any final words, Mo, first?
Well, looking forward to the game on Sunday, man. Hope to see a very great, entertaining game. You know.
Nice. Well,
Hope at least if we don't win, we get away with a point at least.
okay. Well, any last words?
Well, honestly, we all know the history, the history behind these two teams. No matter what the outcome, form goes out of the window on this one. So may the best team win, and that team is Liverpool. And one thing, I hope Bruce, I know you'll be listening. I hope he watches this game. So if he watches, then it's us.
Nice. Okay, guys, there you have it. This is the Kotu Classic Extra, presented to you by the Jollof Football Bantaba. I was your host, Chama, and on behalf of my guests Mo and Val, I would like to say goodbye and enjoy the football fest this weekend. I understand La Liga too. There is a big heavyweight between Barcelona and Real Madrid, which is no more big anymore. But let's enjoy the football weekend, guys. So goodbye, guys. Thanks, guys, for coming up, and I hopefully we will have you around again. Goodbye.
Thank you for having me.
All right, take care.